One of the questions we often get asked about the chilli plants, and it literally just came up just a second ago, is actually when to actually pick them. And it's not always that easy, especially if you're fairly new to growing chillies. The simple fact is that when you pick your chillies, you don't really know until you've picked them unless you know the variety. So this is Piquante and this is Naranga. They're two different varieties, but they give you an idea of how chillies can change through stages. Now every chilli, they're not going to hurt you, every chilli you can pick unripe. So that's what green chillies are in effect. They're unripe chillies. Now some varieties don't ever go red or orange or yellow, but the majority do. And you can pick them green, and at a green stage they often give you a slightly fresher, slightly grassier taste to them. And you often find that's reflected in the dishes that people ask for green chillies. And then as they ripen up, let's say to a red chilli, this one goes orange for example, let's say to a red chilli, which is probably the most common, they get slightly deeper taste to them, slightly sort of earthier. So they have different uses really. Often we dry red chillies, we very rarely dry green chillies for example. So how do you know for the plant that you've actually got at home? Well, it's a good question, and the reality is you're going to have to try them. So if you've got an idea of what variety you've got the name of the variety you've got, you can Google it and see whether it does ripen to a certain stage. If not, and you're not entirely sure what variety you've got, or you can't find it on Google, then you can pick them. So a chilli that gets to this size, I'd be quite happy to pick, and I know I could use it green if not. So what you do is let's pick one. So this is probably the biggest one, that one, just there. And what we're looking for is to be able to taste it, and it wants to not be bitter and it wants to have some heat. Doesn't mean it's going to get hotter. It doesn't mean it isn't going to get hotter, sorry. But if there's a little bit of heat there and it's not bitter, you're free to pick them. And then as the chillies go on, they're going to produce red ones or yellow ones, depending what variety it is. So all we do is open it up, the base of the chilli, so this is the top of the chilli, the base of the chilli tends to be the place where there's less heat. And what you want to do is smell it, and I can tell you there's a little bit of ripeness in there just from the smell. You'll get used to that over time. So it's sort of fruity, but still a little bit fresh flavoured, a bit like parsley type of scent to it. And what I'm going to do, because I'm not stupid, what I'm going to do is just dab it on my tongue. This isn't a particularly hot one, but if it was, I'd definitely only dab it on my tongue. And I can taste it's still a little bit bitter. You could pick this, it'd be absolutely fine in salads and stuff like that, but I would wait a little bit of time. So it is a bit of trial and error. To be honest, that's just horticulture all over. I can't really help you with that. So it's a bit of trial and error, but you will get used to it, and you'll just get more confident as you realise that chillies, this plant, there's probably what, 30, 40 chillies on there. There's not that many people that use 30 or 40 chillies in a space of about 2 weeks. So just pick a few, just try it. And it's trial and error is where you're going to learn. If you've got any questions at all, make sure you drop a comment on this video or get in contact. We're here to help.